Today is Purim Katan. In the very final halacha of Shulchan Aruch Orach Chaim, the Ramah brings the law that whilst there are those who say there is a mitzvah to make extra meals on the day of Purim Katan, we do not follow that as halacha. Nonetheless, he adds that we should be concerned for the opinion of those who are strict, because, quoting the pasuk from Mishlei, "V'toiv leiv mishte tamid," someone who is glad of heart is always feasting, is always in a state of joy. The truth is, a Jew must always be in a state of joy, as the pasuk says, "Ivdu es Hashem b'simcha," serve Hashem with joy. Now, a Jew is constantly in the service of Hashem, as Chazal tell us, "Ani nivreisi l'shamesh es koini," I was created to serve Hashem. That means not only when we are davening, not only when we are learning and involved in mitzvahs, but even in the most mundane parts of our lives, as brought down in the Rambam and Shulchan Aruch, when we eat, when we sleep, when we're involved in recreation, when we're involved in exercise, when we do our businesses, and even while we are sleeping, we are constantly in the service of Hashem. There is never a moment in our lives where we are not in the service of Hashem. And if Ivdu Hashem b'simcha, the service of Hashem must be joyous, then we too must always be in a state of simcha. When it comes to the month of Adar, Chazal tell us, Mishenichnas Adar marbim b'simcha. We have to increase in our joy, which means that even prior to Adar, in Shvat, in Cheshvan, in Tishrei, in all of the months prior, we are b'simcha, we are happy. And comes Adar, we are marbim, we have to increase our simcha. And even in the saddest of months of the year, the month of Av, when we are mourning the destruction of the Beis Hamikdash, Chazal do not tell us that when Av enters we shall be sad, but rather mamatim b'simcha, we reduce our joy. Because even in the saddest of times, a Jew has to retain joy, has to retain positivity. As we've mentioned before, mitzvah gedola liyos b'simcha tamid, it's a mitzvah to constantly be joyous because we are constantly in the state of Hashem. But what happens in our lives when we don't feel b'simcha? What happens when there are things happening in our world, tragic events befalling our people, and in our own personal lives we suffer setbacks, difficulties and challenges that make simcha very hard to experience? Be'ezras Hashem, over the next few days, we will discuss different strategies and ideas discussed in Chassidus, how, despite whatever is going on in our lives and the world around us, a Jew can always maintain his simcha sachayim, and positive outlook in the world. Wishing you a freilich and Purim Katan.